So as he said, he wanted to give the jersey to somebody at 617, the Boston area code. He couldn't. It's the Vikings pick.
With the 29th pick in the 2013 NFL Draft, the Minnesota Vikings select Cordarrelle Patterson, wide receiver, Tennessee.
Well, you offensive coaches eventually get your wish.
Boom, you look at the size, 6'2", about 216 pounds. Kid who can run in the 4.4 range on a consistent basis. Heck of an athlete. Talk about raw, coming over from the JUCO ranks. Only 46 catches, but he averaged about 17 yards a catch. You look at the production, was it there? Well, you know, after the catch in space, this kid is a guy that almost looks like a running back with the ball in his hand. Watch him here, and he'll make the contested catch. I think his hands are pretty good overall. He adjusts to some poorly thrown balls as well. Good body control. Look at the moves in the open field. This kid's 6'2", 216. You look at the ability here to change direction. That's running back type skills for a wide receiver. The route running, the attention to detail as a wide out needs to be developed. You know, he had 46 catches this past year. He's a kick returner as well. But here's a dynamic performer, John, with the ball in his hands. This is running skills you normally don't see from a wide receiver with his limited experience in the SEC.
There's no question, with his hands on the ball as a returner, he can be outstanding. And they need to replace the production that they got from Percy Harvin. Percy Harvin won a couple games with his returns alone. But I see Patterson as a very raw prospect. I think he's got a long way to go. He dominated Georgia State, but not Georgia. He dominated Troy State, but not Alabama. And there's some things I think if you keep studying them, you'd agree, Mel, there are areas he needs to improve on. You just watch him run through the gauntlet at the combine. You know he's not a natural hands catcher yet. I see him body catch a lot of passes. And against Florida, here's a little fly stop. Watch the ball get in on his chest. He's got to reach and catch the ball in his hands. And he's dropped some balls in key situations. This ball could have won the Georgia game. Toss sweep against Alabama, 2nd and goal at the 8. He's got to improve his ball skills as a receiver. There's no question about it. And I think he is a raw route runner. Here, I don't know if he ran the wrong route or what happened, but he's got to compete and go make that tackle. He's got some growing up to do as a wideout. He's got a great role model in Greg Jennings. He's going to be an electrifying return man, but a work in progress.
John, it's a concentration issue, and if he can improve and eliminate the lapses in concentration that resulted in some of those drops, then he'll be a good player.
With the 29th pick in the 2013 NFL Draft, the Minnesota Vikings select Cordarrelle Patterson, wide receiver, Tennessee.
So it is not Manti Te'o, but it is this young man, very talented Tennessee Volunteer, who is going to take his considerable talents to the Metrodome.
Look, when you take 3 picks in the first round and you were a playoff team a year ago, what you're basically doing is you're doing this. You're throwing everything into the middle of the table, every chip you have, and you're saying we're going to compete this year. You got 2 explosive players on defense, and now after Tavon Austin, you've got the most explosive offensive player in the draft. Is he a little bit immature? Yes. Does he got some concerns off the field? Yes. But I'll tell you right now, Leslie Frazier is going to be a great figure to him. It's a strong locker room. And when he touches the football, special things happen.
Special things, Mike, is exactly right. And you look at him, when I start talking about to myself, who does this guy remind me of? And I put Julio Jones down. It's not just because of the hairdo right there either. Julio Jones came in the league. You were able to throw him short passes and let him explode with them. And when the quarterbacks come up, you can throw, this guy will run right by a quarterback. Minnesota needed somebody that can take short distance balls a long distance, and this is the guy.
He's got the versatility of a Tavon Austin, where you can run, throw, catch, kick return, punt return, you name it. This guy has done everything but sell popcorn for that team. Coming out of Hutchinson Community College for 2 years, only played 1 year in big-time football at Tennessee. But boy, when you put the tape on on. This guy is excited for a big man.
Crazy.
Give him the ball. He's a dangerous guy, hard to tackle. He can go the distance anytime. Maybe this is what the Vikings offense needs.
And Irv, I got to ask you, what about going white dinner jacket here tonight? What about that? I mean, that's got to be a draft first right here. Look at that.
It's your draft day, Rich. You do whatever you want.
You got to give it up.
You do you. That's what you do.
And he went white tux. He knew this was a moment. He wanted to be pristine in this moment, and that's what he is.
There's very few moments in a team game you get to be an individual, and this is one of those moments.
I have the information that we were discussing. The last team to have 3 first-round selections in the same draft, you should have known the answer to this question. The 2001 St. Louis Rams.
I'm not going to tell you how that worked out, Rich.
How'd that work out?
I'm not going